Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Tiffany. So, I wanted to talk about Doctor Strange versus Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment. I have been lately getting into more classic, like comic book lines. Apparently, there's a couple of issues of the story, and I got the kind that has some like fluff in the back that's not related to the story. I'm not going to include that in my very general review because apparently there's editions that don't include that. It has nothing to do with anything, and I didn't even read it because I don't care. So I know I don't usually give this warning because in my brain it tells me like if I don't say it's non-spoiler, you should just assume there's spoilers. But I'm going to have some spoilers in this, even though I'm going to keep the review brief because this is a short storyline and I think you should read it. There's going to be major plot lines that are spoiled, and this is actually a Doctor Doom line and not a Doctor Strange line, despite the title. This is definitely more focused on Doctor Doom. I've been told this is a very essential story to Doctor Doom. This was the first Doctor Strange or Doctor Doom storyline that focused on them that I have read. I am a comic fan, and I have been on and off for years because I've gotten in and out of the hobby, but I'm definitely not like a connoisseur. Like I've definitely done more with mangas and stuff like that, but I have read my share of comics. And plus, there's too many comics to get to everything, but that's not the point. So I read this twice, and the first time I read this, I thought it was okay, but I didn't know enough about Doctor Doom or Doctor Strange, I think, to fully appreciate it. So while I didn't go back and read the back issues that would have made this story 20 times better, I did the cheating thing and I started watching. I watched like 2 videos. One was a good podcast, and then I watched something that was about Doctor Doom in particular. Then I reread this and I enjoy this oh so much. And I would definitely recommend this. So let's get into it. So you want a story about like a magical fight club, and they're not allowed to talk about it in other realms. But every few hundred years, they've got to see who the Sorcerer Supreme is. And the catch is, the one that is a runner-up or loses gets to pick a favor from the winner. And guess who won? Doctor Strange. He's Sorcerer Supreme. So Doctor Doom gets to basically ask a favor. And Doctor Strange is understandably hesitant about this because he's like, you want to conquer the world, you want to take people's free choices away, yada yada yada. And he's like, Doctor Doom's like, no, that's not what I need. I need you to go to hell with me and save my mother. And so the first time I read this, I'm like, because I knew who they were, but I didn't know who they were, if that makes sense. So it definitely adds so much dimension to Doctor Doom because they go down into hell and they have to do with Mephisto and they accomplish what they need to accomplish, and of course Doctor Doom is arrogant. This is like the perfect sympathy for the devil arc, and if you are more into the traditional art, I think you'll enjoy this. This is actually a style I've had to get used to. I didn't realize this was the same artist that eventually does Hellboy. I haven't read every Hellboy line or anything like that, but I've read some Hellboy, and what I've read I've really enjoyed. I don't think this is as polished as Hellboy from what I've seen, but this is definitely before. But I do think that the color is so beautiful in this. Like, everything's just so bright, and if you're gonna have like a bunch of magic and stuff, I think there should be a lot of color, and this definitely delivers on this. Like, I've been a comic book fan on and off. I've dabbled in and out of the hobby, right? And like when I was kind of like really young, I never thought about art, but when I was a teenager, I was like, ugh, a lot of this older stuff is ugly, even though I gave some Captain America a chance and some old Spider-Man. But now that I'm older, I'm really appreciating the classic art styles of this. And yeah, like this was actually super enjoyable. if you're completely new, there are flashbacks and there is some like background story, because this is definitely like more wordy than like I almost said traditional. This is traditional. There's definitely a lot more words, and it's a little bit lengthier than like most modern comics, because there's more show than tell these days. But if you don't truly know the unique relationship between Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, of course, if you can read the comics, I would, recommend that. But maybe watch a video or something just to get that little. But this adds so much to Doctor Doom. And I actually want to start reading more Doctor Doom stuff because, like I said, I hadn't read Doctor Strange or Doctor Doom comics. They've been in other people's comics, but not enough to where like they're in the forefront. So, and I've seen like the Doctor Strange movie, but that's not going to help you in this, just in case you're just an MCU fan. But I definitely think this is a classic you should pick up. Whichever's cheapest, I guess. But if you get the kind I get, I don't know if the random padding out stories in the back are good. I just didn't care. But there's an edition that doesn't have that. But yeah, guys, that is all I wanted to say. I just wanted to keep this brief. I know plenty of people's talked about this before, but I just wanted to add in on the conversation to it. I truly enjoy it. If you like Doctor Doom or Doctor Strange, let me know what's your favorite line of either or both, or if you like this or not, or if you hate them, let me know too. Like, if there's like a really bad line to avoid, tell me that too. I want to get more, especially into Doctor Doom in particular. I'm very, very interested in getting more into lines that involve more with him. So guys, that is it, and I will see you later.